Hi, it's Sammy. For my cultural competency project, I decided to attend the Emerald meetings in my building. And I decided to do this because I thought that it would be a really great way to meet others in my building. And I know that my intercultural aide had reached out a bunch of times about these meetings, and some girls on my floor had as well. But I had never really dug into it because of other clubs and things I was involved with. And another one of my friends who lives on my floor also was in TE 150 and has this project. So we just thought that we could go together and meet new people and learn about different issues that were going on that I'm normally not aware of. So the first meeting that I went to, we were sent out an email ahead of time with an article and a video we could watch to kind of prep ourselves for what to expect and what we'd be talking about. So for the first meeting, we talked about the oil pipelines and we talked about global warming. And these are two topics that I have heard about a lot, but they're not things that I personally have really looked into or done a lot of research on. So I thought that it would be cool to read the articles, prep myself, and be able to go to the meeting and hear others' opinions and really kind of get informed on the matter because they're both very prevalent in today's society. So the one thing that I found really interesting was when I went, I was expecting there to be just college kids, just the Snyder Phillips group. However, I saw girls that I knew from my sorority that were there that live on the other side of campus but chose to come to Snyder. There was a professor that attended just so that she could talk with the students. There was an older woman who had driven a little under an hour to come just to discuss, and she was saying how she really appreciated being able to hear opinions of young students and know that our generation has concerns and wants to plan as well for the future. So the one thing I found really interesting was we were talking about oil pipelines, and the one that we were really focusing on was the Enbridge Line 5 that goes through Lake Michigan, and it's by kind of like Mackinac Island. So I was in a group, we broke into small groups, and my group we were really talking about this, trying to get everyone's opinions on the matter. And it was really interesting to see people of different cultures, people who live in different states, people of all ages, people of different majors and backgrounds, their opinion and stance on the topic. It really just kind of gave me even more perspective on this discussion about oil that I really wasn't aware of when we first started. So I found it really interesting. One girl was talking about how she camps every single year up north by Mackinac Island, and another girl then reached out and said, I camp there too. Like, we've noticed that with global warming, the shoreline's been receding. We've noticed that then we know if the pipeline breaks and spills oil out, we're not going to be able to camp there because the oil will seep into those lakes. And I never really realized that. I didn't even know that there was a pipeline in our Great Lakes that could spill out and be so detrimental to our state. I always thought, happened in the Gulf of Mexico. Like, I just was not aware of it happening so close to home. So it kind of made me want to become even more informed. And I came back from the meeting and I was looking up more information. And I was telling my friends that live on my floor, I was telling my parents, saying, do you realize that this is something that people don't think about and they don't know about, and Enbridge is doing these things, and this pipeline's so old, it's 60 years old, it's not gonna last forever, but they're pushing away the idea of it breaking. They bought out the property, and it was just really interesting to me to hear everyone's opinions, and it made me really want to get involved. So I really enjoyed going to these Emerald meetings, and I really enjoyed getting to learn other people's perspectives, and I think that's really going to help me a lot when I become an educator, just knowing that people of different ages, people of different race, people with different interests and backgrounds regarding everything when you come together to talk about a specific topic, you can have so many opinions on the matter that are all valid, and they can introduce you to things that you wouldn't even think about. I wasn't even thinking about oil pipelines on a daily basis, and now it's something it's knowledge that I've gained, and I've gained friends from Emerald, and I've gained even a broader lens to think about situations in, and I think that's crucial to becoming an educator, especially in the urban community. So I look forward to going to more Emerald meetings, and I can't wait to see what other discussions we have.